Hello, my 4B friends. First grade squad here. Happy asynchronous day. I showed you some alphabet packet, your handwriting packet, and even some websites that you can use to practice typing. Well, I also wanted to show you the math websites that you'll be using on your days off, or at least for now at the start of the year, so you can practice using some of the tools we have online, not just in your little baggie, but you'll also get to practice some math games and some math tools and some math, strategies. I also have here a number packet. It goes from 1 to 20. In first grade, we do go above 20, but we really want to focus on those numbers between 1 and 20, because if we get them really strong in our math facts, then we will become super math wizards and we will be able to do a lot of higher up math, really harder math with bigger numbers. I'm going to show you what to do, but every day on your asynchronous days, I want you to work on your math packet. You'll do 2 numbers a day, which means this packet will last 10 days because 2, 10 times is 20. Let's look at it. Here is your number packet. It says numbers practice. And every day you're going to trace. This is your numbers packet. It says numbers practice. You'll be tracing the number of the day. You'll be writing the number of the day, and they have these cool little black dots to help you know where to start. You can color the word. I am going to color 1 orange. You get to show the number in a 10 frame. They call it a 10 frame because it's a frame with 10 blocks in it. And then there's a star or circles of the number, and you need to color only that number. So thankfully, they started you off with 1 star. So you only need to color 1 star. Let's do the first page together. So I'm going to get out my pencil, but because a pencil doesn't show up on this video, I'll be using my pen. Make sure you use your pencil though, because if you make a mistake, like look, I kind of went a little diagonal, you won't be able to erase it. I know some people like to just do a line down for 1. I know some people like to have the little neck come out, almost like a baby 7. You have the line come down, and then you have kind of like the feet at the bottom going out. Whichever one you like to write more, do that one, whichever one's easier for you. Sometimes when I'm writing bigger numbers, I like to just do the line down. Here I am practicing a steady hand now that I've practiced tracing. But sometimes if the one's at the beginning of the number, and maybe it's a fancy number like the number 1, I like to put the entire 1. Or maybe 100 or 1,000. If you want, try practicing both types. Make sure you're only putting it on the black line. We don't want you going 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1 and seeing how many ones you can fit. Take your time practicing being nice and neat. Then you can color it. I know some kids like to color it, just full like this. I know, and then they color it in. Some kids like to do stripes. You can do a pattern if you want. I even had some kids who like to make it rainbow. Maybe they did polka dots like this. Maybe they did zigzags like this. It's your packet. You can color your number any way you want, but make sure you're reading the word 1. This is how you spell 1. If you were ever writing a story and you would say, I had 1 dog come over to my house, instead of writing the number 1, you write out the word 1. So that's why it's really important to learn how to use these. If you're doing your 10 frame, I do recommend starting with your pencil. Then you can always go over and color. I need to show 1 in the 10 frame. That means I can either draw 1 circle to show 1 little square is filled up, or I could, if you want, color in the whole square. It's up to you. You could do smiley faces, you could do stars, but I'll focus right now on just doing the circle. Oops. I have no idea what that was. Lastly, we have the 1 star. When it gets later on in the packet, they're going to try and trick you. If you want, you can go ahead and look and see what I'm talking about. They have 20 circles up in the teens, but you have to make sure you color the right amount. It's not going to be 20 every day. Well, my friends, that is your number practice packet. Today, you're going to be doing page 1, like I just did, and page 2. Get it? It's the numbers. Every time you have an asynchronous day, so today, 1 and 2, and tomorrow you'll have it as well, you're going to do 2 numbers. So if 1 and 2 was today, what numbers are tomorrow? Continue down that number line. 1, 2 is today, 3, 4 is tomorrow. And next week, you'll continue on with 5, 6, 7, 8, all the way eventually to 19 and 20. Okay, my friends, I showed you your math packet. Now I'm going to show you the few math websites that you can use to play with the tools and the manipulatives that we have in math class, but might not have at your house. Go check them out. So here we have the beginning of our Google Classroom. This is called our stream. The stream is where Ms. Remitz likes to keep her main important links that you can go over to maybe during a lesson or when you don't have school and maybe you want to do something educational and fun over the weekend. If you start on the stream, I want you to go down. There's Nearpod, there's Pebble Go, there's Epic, and ding, 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 stop. There's our math manipulatives. That's a big word. Can you say that? Math manipulatives. Really? That's just a fancy thing to say the math tools that you'll be using, you know, like the cubes or the counters or your dice, things like that. I want you to take your time today, not just doing your packet, but exploring these 3 websites. Hopefully, if we have time, next week I'm going to teach you some new websites, not just these 3. And every week I hope to teach you a new website to have more fun playing with math while you're at home, because in the afternoon, we'll be doing our actual math lesson for the day. So here we have math manipulatives, and this is called Toy Theater. Ooh, that's kind of fun. And it has so many manipulatives or toys that you can use. Here it is. There's a marble jar. You can use a geoboard, fraction strips. Oh, there's a timer, a clock. Oh, you can use shapes and dice. So these things you can use when you're playing a game, or you can just use them if you want to practice your numbers. Like here's a hundreds chart, hundreds 20. Oh, and then it even cuts it up. 1 to 90, 1 to 80 to 70, 1 to 10. And you can practice using those. Oh, there's a graph, which we kind of were using the other day. And there's money. There's magnets. This is really helpful if you just want to explore what types of things you can use in math class. There's also math tools. If you click on that, these math tools are the tools we use in math class with your math book. Here it is, with your math book. And this is a great way to use these tools if you're not going to be here in class with me, or if I didn't give you all the things you need in your little baggie when I sent that home. Something that we'll definitely want to use is here, geometry. Geometry means shapes. And you click on shapes, you'll get to build using those shape blocks like, the triangles, the hexagons, the squares, and you can build whatever you want. Here, look, I'll build a little girl. I should probably move her legs up. There we go. See, look, I made a little girl. And if you want it, you can even curl it. There we go. Woo. See how much fun I'm having? I think I might just have to give her one arm. Maybe her other arm will just be down. Otherwise, I'd be here playing all day. So this is a fun tool as well. And you can see it has clocks, calculators, fractions, which we'll be learning later on in the year, graphs, number lines, counters, you name it. There's even money. So these 2 pages are very important. In the beginning, the investigation games, we'll be learning those starting next week and the week after that. So if I were you, I would focus on these 2 games. Maybe I'll link them for you in your daily assignments. And this one, you can check it out, but it might be a little too early for that. If you do want to play a math game, though, and you still, you're not done your lesson, you still want more math, there's always ABCA, where there's math games you can play. Okay, my 4B friends, that is all for my math lesson. I hope you enjoy coloring and tracing numbers 1 and 2 in your number packet. And I hope you spend some time on those 2 math manipulatives or math tool websites and maybe even play a couple of games on ABCA. I look forward to seeing you this afternoon for our math lesson, and I'll see you later. Bye.